Hey everybody, it's James here with Board Game Spotlight, and today we're looking at Divinity Derby from Ares Games. This is brand new to Kickstarter, and this is a bidding, racing, high scores win situation game, right? They've got some really cool minis. The gods have come together, and they are bidding and betting on the mythical flying creatures. And Zeus is still involved because what game with Greek mythology would not be without Zeus? So the interesting mechanic of this game, we're going to dive right into this, is the board setup. So as you can tell, there are these card holders that have the movement of the creatures. And so you share hands with the person to your left and to the right. So if this is my position, if I'm player one right here, that I am going to be picking one card from the left side and one card from the right side. And so I can kind of see right off the bat the cards that I have available to me, and then on the cards you can also see how much movement they have. So like the dragon here has a 3 and a 1, and so if I pick the dragon, and then let's just say I pick the phoenix from the other hand, I have got to pick one of the fast movements and one of the slow movements. So I could either go 3 with the dragon for movement and 1 for the phoenix, or I could go 2 for the phoenix and 1 with the dragon. I have to do the opposite. They also have this, what they call dirty trick bonus situation right here. So you can take this +3 if you choose to on a card and move 5, right? So that's pretty neat, especially if you bid that you want you want the phoenix to win. The fun part of that, it goes into this stack, and it's called Zeus's Judgment. And so these cards, anybody who uses the dirty tricks is going to go into the stack. And at the end of the race, these cards are going to get shuffled up. And if your animal or your creature gets drawn, it's disqualified from the race. So that may sound bad, but the different modes that you have to bid on, you might want that. So based off what you did in your first bids, you're going to have different ways. So like last place is worth 7 points. Disqualified, worth 5 points. First place, 7 points. Last place, next to last place, 4 points. So the harder they are to pull off, the more valuable they are. Okay, and so at the beginning of the game, you're going to take, and here's also a neat little feature of the game. So you have the creature tokens, and I've got this set up for a 4-player game. So there's 3 of each creature. So there's 6 creatures total that are racing. So if I'm the first player, I'm going to take my bid. So last place, I'm going to put it down, and I am going to, now the table doesn't know what I did here. They don't know what, but they know I'm going to go for the phoenix. Okay, and so what's interesting about this is that once those tokens are gone, then that's it. Like you can only have 1 bid per creature. So if it came back around to me, and for my second bid, because you're going to do 3 total on the race, let's say I did disqualified, I could also pick the phoenix again. I have to pick a different creature. So you do 2 right out of the gate. Let's say I did Pegasus to get disqualified. So I'm looking for cards, and I wouldn't choose that if there wasn't any Pegasus cards over here that had the dirty trick bonuses, because then I couldn't get enough cards into that pile to make it worthwhile. So you're going to kind of have to change your strategy based off of what cards you can see that are in play, because not all movement cards are in play. Only about half the deck are. So you've got that going on. You have 2 bids out of the gate, and then when you get to the halfway point of the race, you get to bid again, and you do your 3rd bid. And so at that point, depending on where all the creatures have moved throughout the game from the different cards being played. So at that point, at the end of the race, as soon as somebody finishes across the finish line, you're going to use up all the cards that are in the placeholders, and once that's done, all of the creatures will be placed in order of finishing, right? And these are pretty cool. These are nice minis. They're all black for this prototype, but and apparently they're sturdy. They have promised that the bases will be colored to match the cards, so that way they'll be easily seen on the board. So then everybody will reveal their bids and see if they're correct. If they are, you stash these under your god token, like so, and then you move on to the next race. You do this over 3 races, and you see who the winner. In each race, these these are going to come out and be shuffled up. So you're going to pull 2 of these, and you might get lucky, right? You might shuffle these up, and hey, Zeus's protection, so nothing happens. Or 2 creatures might get disqualified, and so that will change the ranking. So if this guy and the dragon were disqualified, now these are going to bump up in the rankings. So that is the general idea of the game. I feel like the 2 real main interesting points here are shared hands from left to right and only having partial information, and then the tokens, having to get your bids in when they're going to be interesting. So you may have used your last place bid on a different animal to start with, and so the dragon might be in very last place at the midway point when you're doing your 3rd bid, but you can't bid on it even if there were a bunch of dragon tokens left, because you've already used that particular bid. So there's going to be a lot of little strategies in there that I think are going to make this pretty fun, because there's quite a few of these. And then the game also comes with a variant that I think that the Kickstarter has already unlocked, where each god has 3 asymmetric powers that I think will be really interesting to see how those play. Overall, it's beautiful. It's got some great art. And if you like racing bid type games, I think it's going to be something you're going to check out. You know what? Let's go up, and I've got a few other thoughts I want to share with you guys, and we'll talk about it there. Hey everybody, it's James, and we're going to wrap up and talk about Divinity Derby. So, if you guys are thinking about backing this game, and is this a game for you? Let's go through some of the pros. Beautiful, great components. These minis are going to be awesome. They're gorgeous. They'll be great for if you paint them up and really make them pop. The art on the board and the cards, great art. Love the way it looks. Overall, as far as game mechanics, gonna be a great little fun bidding. Love the shared card and partial information situation. Don't really know if those other cards are, every card's out there. You don't know how many dirty tricks are out there. So, if your strategy is like, I'm gonna get this one disqualified, you don't know if there's gonna be a lot out there. Only what you know is what is in front of you. So everything can kind of messed up. So it's one of those games where you're not going to be able to really plan out everything. You're going to have to be okay with a little bit of craziness and haphazardness going on. So if you don't like that in the game, I don't think that you'll enjoy that part of it. However, if you're like me, one of my favorite games is Hare and the Tortoise from Elo. I never said that right. Yellow. And it is essentially the same exact system, but Divinity Derby expands it and really makes it a more grown-up game, whereas I play this with my son and daughter all the time. I love it. It's a great game. Very similar. The special powers in this game are much different, but I think this is going to be my new favorite game of this type. Divinity Derby, it's just really good as far as this type of game. So if you like racing, bidding, talking to your friends, yelling like, why did this just happen? Why would you play? Don't play that card. Don't draw that card. This is going to be a game that has those type of moments. And I'm just really looking forward to I'm going to get the deluxe version. I want all the deluxe components. This is going to be a great little game that sees a lot of play. And again, great art, so it looks great. I know this sounds like a shill piece, but when I really enjoy a game, and it's a really high production, and it's a good value, I just want to say it. So I would say if you think this is the type of game that you would enjoy, you should definitely consider backing this game. Guys, it's been James with Board Game Spotlight, and we'll see you next time.